When you start a blog, you might not realize how much money actually goes into it. From the hosting to all of the tools, blogging can get really expensive. So in today's video, I want to break down all of the yearly expenses I have when it comes to starting a blog. Now, there may be some tools in this list that you don't need or want right away, especially if you are just starting out, but I want to put everything in here so that you get a good picture of what it's like to actually start a blog. And if you're interested in any of the tools that I'm talking about, I will leave them all in a link down below in the description. And the first tools that I want to talk about are the ones that are just going to get your blog up and running. These are the basic tools that you absolutely need to start. The first thing that you're going to need is hosting to even get your blog up and running. You could start out with a free blog, but I've talked about in the past why that is not a good idea. And the bottom line is, if you want to make money blogging and you want to do it right, just start out with self-hosting. I currently have my blog hosted with SiteGround. I have their startup plan, which is their basic package, and it's really all that you need. This costs $10.49 a month. I bought their 3-year plan because I think it was a little bit cheaper to buy in bulk, and that cost me $377.64. But remember, this is a 3-year plan, so I'm in the middle of it right now. I don't need to worry about that until next year when I can buy another 3-year plan if I wanted. You also need to pay yearly for a domain name. That is the .com of your site. Mine is obviously sarahmarie.blog, and I go through SiteGround again. It only costs $2.99 a month, so it was $34.99 for the year. The last thing that you are going to need to get your blog up and running is a theme. I always buy mine from either Creative Market or Etsy. This is one of those areas that you can splurge, but you absolutely do not need to. You can find a lot of really nice, really pretty cheap themes online if you look hard enough. I always save money and go for the cheaper themes because there really is no reason to go for a more expensive theme unless you really want to. I only spent $29 on my theme and it looks beautiful, and the best part about this theme is there's no extra cost per month. You buy it once, you set it up, and you're done. You might have to do a little bit of looking to find some inexpensive themes, but there are some beautiful ones out there. The next option you can buy is plugins. Now, I am currently not paying for any plugins, but I have in the past, so I wanted to add this in as an expense that you may want to think about if you're starting a blog. You can either buy plugins or you can upgrade them to get better features, but you really don't have to. All of the plugins on my blog currently are free, so this is not an expense that you really need to worry about unless you want to. Now, that covers the blog specific tools, but I have some other tools that I use outside of the blog that just help me run it a lot smoother. For example, an email service. I have an email list through ConvertKit that I pay for yearly. It is a good idea to have an email list even if you don't use it that often, because you will be able to gather a list of emails of people that really enjoy your content, and it's kind of like your core audience that you can reach at any time. To get people to sign up to my email list, I use freebies and incentives to get them to sign up, and then I can have their email and email them whenever I have something interesting to say. This is a lot better than using social media, for example, because there is no algorithm, there isn't as much noise, and the email will stay in their inbox until they interact with it in some way, whether that be reading it or deleting it. Whereas on social media, there is so much noise and so many posts, it is possible that they will never even see your posts. And for me, I pay $199 a year for this. The next thing I pay for is a tool called KeySearch. It is a keyword research tool that I use to keyword research all of my blog posts and help them get ranked on Google. That is $135 per year. Now, this is a new tool that I've signed up for. I've only had it for the past year, and it's pretty useful for getting your blog posts ranked and searched. There is a lot of information here, and it is a bit expensive, but compared to a lot of other keyword research tools, it's pretty cheap and it's one of the best. The last tool I use for my blog is Canva. Now, if you've been on my channel, you've heard me talk about this a million times, so I don't want to go on about it too long, but I am literally in Canva every single day. So for me, the pro option is just a no-brainer. It is totally worth it with the amount of time that I spend in Canva every single day. It is $119 and worth every single penny. As you can see, I try to pay for my tools yearly. I feel like it makes it a lot easier because not only are the tools a lot of times cheaper if you pay yearly for them as opposed to monthly, but it also cuts down my monthly expenses because I'm not having 6 different tools come out of my account at once. They just come out at different points of the year. So for this year, I am paying $567 for all of my blogging tools. Now, this doesn't include the $29 blog theme because I've had it probably for more than a year and it's only a one-time expense. It's not a yearly thing. Don't think it's important enough to add in there. And this also doesn't include my hosting because that comes out, as I mentioned, every 3 years and is $377. So when that does come out, my expenses are $945 for the year. I do still have a lot of other expenses when it comes to books and courses, different things like that. And I also have a YouTube channel, of course, and there's a lot more expenses that go into a YouTube channel. So if you want to know how much I spend on my business in total in a year with courses, books, and my YouTube channel, everything like that, let me know down below in the comment section. And if you're interested in learning about how I pay for all of this stuff, check out this video right here where I tell you about my yearly blogging income. And I'll see you next week. Bye!